Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of those two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventure piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife, the fierce full passage of their death-marked love, and the countenance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Gregory, oh my word, will not carry coals.
For no, then should we be colliers?
I mean, and we being cooler will draw.
While you live, draw your neck out of the collar.
I strike quickly being moved.
But thou art not quickly to strike.
A dog of the house Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant to stand. Therefore thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's.
The head of the maids?
I the head of the maids or the maiden heads.
They must take it in a sense that feel it.
They shall feel why I am able to stand it, and 'tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis thou well art not fish. If thou hast been poor John. Dry thou tool. Here comes the two house of the Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. I quarrel. I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not. Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by, and let it take them as they list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No.
I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
Say better, here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw if you be men. Gregory, remember thy splashing blow.
Not what you do. You should stop. What art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage it to part.
Drawn and talk of peace, I hate the word as I hate hell. All Montagues in thee, have it thee, coward.
What noise is this? Give me my long sword. Ho!
A crunch, I call you for a sword.
My sword, I say. Old Montague is come and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Thou villain Capulus, hold me not, let me go!
Thou shalt not stir a foot to seek a foe.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of the neighbor's stained steel, will they not hear? What ho, you men, you beasts, that quench the fire of your pernicious wage, with purple fountains issuing from your veins, on pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground. And hear the sentence of your moved prince. These civil brawls, bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens, cast by the great beseeming ornaments, to wield old partisans, in hands as old, cankered with peace, to part your cankered hate, if even you disturb our street again. Your lives shall pay for the forfeit of the peace, for this time all the rest shall depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case. To old Freetown our common judgment plays. One more, one pain of death, all men depart.
This ancient coral new approach. Speak, nephew, were you by when it began?
Here will as servants of your adversary and yours, closely fighting ere at an approach, I drew to part them. But in the instant I came, the fiery Tybalt, with his sword prepared, which as he breathed defiance, I drew to part them. In the instant came into my ears, so he swung about his head and cut the winds, who nothing hurt. The whirlwind hissed him in the scorn, while we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you here today. Right glad I am he was not in his grave.
Not an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east. A troubled mind drave me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore, that westward sootheth from the city side. So early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the woods. And measuring his affections by his own, that most are busied when they are most alone, pursued my humor, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fired from me.
Many a morning hath there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs, but all soon as the all-cheering sun should in the furthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from the light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shut up his windows, locks far daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel my day cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know of it nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affection's counselor, is to himself, I will not say how true, but to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as it is bud, but with an envious worm, ere he can spread his sweet leaves to the air, or dedicate his beauty to the sun, could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes, so please you, step aside, I'll know his grievance, or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by this day, to hear true shrift come the damsels away.
Good morrow, cuz. Is the day so young? But new struck nigh. I mean, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast? It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours? Not having that which having makes them short. Out. Of love? No, out of her favor, whereas I am in love. Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, should be so tyrannous and rough in proof. Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more to do with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate, O anything of nothing first create, O heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of blood, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep, this is not what it is. This love feel I, that feel no love is this. Dost thou not laugh? No, cuz, I'd rather weep. Good heart, what? At thy good heart's oppression. Why, such is love's transgression. Griefs of my own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed, which more of thine, this love that thou hast shown, does add more grief to much of mine own. Love is a smoke raised from the fume of sighs, being purged to fire sparkling in lovers' eyes, being vexed to see nourished with lovers' tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet? Farewell, my cuz. Soft. I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's gone some other way.
Tell me in sadness, who is that you love?
What shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why no, but sadly tell me.
Bid a sick man in sickness make his will. Ah, word ill urged to one that is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love.
I ain't so new, when I supposed you love.
A right good marksman, and she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz.
It's sooner hit. Well, in that you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Dian's wit, and in strong proof of chastity well armed. For love's weak childish bow she lives unharmed. She will not stay in the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saints seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor. That which she dies with beauty dies her store.
Then she hath sworn that she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that spring takes huge waste, for beauty starved with her severity cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair, to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead to that life to tell it now.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call hers exquisite, and question more these happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being black, put us in the mind they cannot hide, they hide the fair. He that is strucken blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note, where I might read who passed the passing farewell? Thou canst not teach me to forget.
Oh, hey, that's not good, or else fine.
What, shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we go without an apology?
Dates are such prolixity. We'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, bearing a Tartar's printed bow of laugh, scaring the ladies like a crow keeper, nor know without book prologue, falsely spoke after the prompter for our entrance. But let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them of measure and be God.
But give me a torch. I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have the dancing shoes. With nimble souls, I have a soul of lead. So stakes me to the ground, I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with those light feathers, and so bound I cannot bound to pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love, too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in. A visor for a visor, what care I? What curious eye doth quote deformities? Here are the beetle brows, shall blush for me.
Come knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man beside him to his legs.
A torch for me, let wantons light of heart tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. For I am preferred to the Grandshire phrase. I'll be a candle holder, and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Tut, done's the mouse, the constable's own word. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the myrrh of this Sir Reverence love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, ho!
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay. We waste our lights in vain, like lamps by day. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times the air, once in 5 wits.
And we mean well in doing this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep when they do dream things true.
Oh then, I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She's the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone, on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies, athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes made of long spiders' legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the colors of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone that lash of film, her wagoners a small gray-coated gnat, not so big, a round little worm, pricked from a lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joint squirrel or old grub. Time out, oh mine, the fairy's makers, and in this state she gallops night by night. Though lovers' brains, and then they dream of love, or a courtier's knees, they dream of courtiers straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, which oft the hungry mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetment tainted are. Sometimes she gallops o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit, and sometimes she with a tithe pig's tails, tickling a person's nose as he lies asleep. Then dreams he of another benefice, sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's necks, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats. O breeches, ambuscades, Spanish blades, of held 5 fathom deep, and then anon. Dreams in his ear, at which he states and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that very Mab, that plants the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf locks in foul sluttish hairs, which, once untangled, much misfortune bodes. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, then presses them, and leans them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This she is.
Peace, Mercutio, peace! Thou talkest of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconsistent than the wind, whose woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and, being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us to from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars, shall bitterly begin this fearful date with this night's revels at the expire the term of a despised love closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail. Onward, lusty gentlemen.
Strike drum.
Where's Pop Hanley? He helps not to take away. He shifts the trencher. He escape a trencher.
From good manner shall lie it all in 1 or 2 men's hands, and they unwashed too, 'tis a foul thing.
Away with the joint stools. Remove the court cupboard. Look to the plate. Good, thou save me a piece of marchbean, and as thou lovest me, let the porter let in Susan, Grindstone, and Nell, Antony, and Pop Pan.
Aye, boy, ready?
You are looked for and called for, asked for and sought for in the great chamber.
We cannot be here and there too. Cheerily, boys, be brisk away, and no longer liger take all.
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will have a bout with you. Aha, my mistresses. Which of you all will now deny the dance? She that takes dainty, she I'll swear hath corns. Am I come near thee now? Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I have worn a visor and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play. A hail, give room. Up with it, girls. More light, you knaves, and turn the tables up, and quench the fire. The room is grown too hot.
Ah, sirrah, this unlooked for sport comes well. Nay, sit, good cousin Capulet, for you and I are past our dancing days. How long isn't it now since last yourself and I were wearing a mask?
To the lady, 30 years.
What, man? 'Tis not so much, 'tis not so much. 'Tis since the nuptials of Lucentio. Come Pentecost, as quickly as it will. Some 25 years, and then we were masked.
'Tis more. His son is elder, sir. His son is 30.
Will you tell me that? His son was but a ward 2 years ago.
What lady is that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. Shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady o'er her fellows shows. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and, touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch me a rapier, boy. What dare the slave come hither, covered with an antic face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo. Uncle, this is Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite, to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he.
Content thee, gentle coz, let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and, to say truth, Verona brags of him, to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not, for the wealth of all the town, here in my house, do him disarrangement. Therefore be patient, take no note of him. This is my will, the which, if thou respect, show a fair presence, and put off these frowns, and ill-beseeming semblance of these.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure.
He shall be endured. What good man, boy? I say he shall. Go to. Am I the master here, or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny along my guests. You will set a cock-a-hoop. You'll be the man.
Why, uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to, go to. You are a saucy boy, isn't so indeed? This trick may chance to scathe you. I know what. You must contrary me. Marry, 'tis time. Well said, my hearts. You are a princox. Go. Be quiet, or more light, more light. For shame. I'll make you quiet. What cheerly, my hearts.
Patience, perforce, with willful color meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seem sweet convert to bitter gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this, my lips two blushing pilgrims ready to stand, to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which manly devotion shows this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm the holy palmers kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
I pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. Then pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by yours my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin they have said.
Sin from thy lips, so trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
Kiss thy devoted.
Madame, your mother craves a word of you.
What is her mother?
Married bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter, that you talk withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have his shoes.
Is she Capulet? Oh dear account, my life is in my foe's debt.
Away, be gone. The sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear the more is my unrest.
Nay, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. We have a trifling, foolish banquet towards. Is it end so? Why then, I thank you all. I thank you, honest gentlemen. Good night. More torches here. Come on then, let's to bed. Ah, sirrah, by my fay, it waxes late. I'll be to my rest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son of Hera and old Tiberia.
What's he that now is going out of the door?
Marry that, I think, be young Patricio.
What's he that follows there, that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learned even now, of when I danced withal.
Anon, anon, come, let's away, the strangers are all gone.
What, shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we go without an apology?
Date is our prolixity. We'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, bearing a Tartar's printed bow of laugh, scaring the ladies like a crow keeper, nor know without book prologue, faulty spoke after the prompter for our entrance. But let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them of measure and be God.
But give me a torch. I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have the dancing shoes. With nimble souls, I have a soul of lead. So stakes me to the ground, I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with those light feathers, and so bound I cannot, bound to pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love, too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in. A visor for a visor, what care I? What curious eye doth quote deformities? Here are the beetle brows shall blush for me.
Come knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man beside him two legs.
A torch for me, let wantons light of heart tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. For I am preferred with the Grandshire phrase. I'll be a candle holder, and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Tut, done's the mouse, the constable's own word. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the myrrh of this Sir Reverence love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, ho!
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in the lay, we waste our lights in vain, like lamps by day. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times the air, once in 5 wits.
And we mean well in doing this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep when they do dream things true.
Oh then, I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She's the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone, on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies, athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes made of long spiders' legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the colors of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone that lash of film, her wagoners a small gray-coated gnat, not so big, a round little worm, pricked from a lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joined squirrel or old grub. Time out, oh mine, the fairy's makers, and in this state she gallops night by night. Though lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or a courtier's knees, they dream of courtiers straight. Or lawyers' fingers, who straight dream on fees, which oft the hungry mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetment tainted are. Sometimes she gallops o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit, And sometimes she with a tie of pig's tails, tickling a person's nose as he lies asleep. Then dreams he of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth o'er at his soldiers' necks, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats. O breeches, ambuscades, Spanish blades, of held 5 fathom deep, and then anon. Dreams in his ear, at which he states and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that very Mab, that plants the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf locks in foul sluttish hairs, which, once untangled, much misfortune bodes. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, then presses them, and leans them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This she is.
Peace, Mercutio, peace! Thou talkest of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconsistent than the wind, whose woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us to from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars. Shall bitterly begin this fearful date with this night's revels at the expire the term of a despised love closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail. Onward, lusty gentlemen.
Strike drum.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. But thou, her maid, art more fair than she. But not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I'm too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. 2 of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. But if her eyes were there, they are in her head. The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think that it would not night. Oh, how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks, oh speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious as the night, bringing over my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back on the gaze of him, when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, but be sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's a Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doth thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I'll take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either these like.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place doth, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find me here.
With love's light wings did I o'erpierce these walls, for stony linnets cannot hold love out. And what love can do that dares love attempt, therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life would better ended by their hate than death belonged wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as the vast shores washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of the night is on my face, else would a maiden's blush bepaint my cheek, for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoken. But farewell, compliment, dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. At lovers' penderies, then say, Jove laughs, O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully, or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse, and say thee nay, so thou wilt too. So thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behavior like. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardest ere I was ware my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which thou dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I swear that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circle orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by the gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love...
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be, ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night, this bud of love, but summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, as sweet response and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would if it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again, and yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. I hear some noise within, dear love. Adieu. Anon, good nurse, sweet Montague, be true, but stay but a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed night, I am afeard, being in the night. All this is but a dream, too flattering, sweet, and too substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy proposed marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee. Where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all of my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. I come anon, but if thou mean'st not well, I do beseech thee. By and by I come to cease thy suit and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow I will send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst to want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love as toward school with heavy looks.
Hist, Romeo, hist, oh, for a falconer's so gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine, repetition of my Romeo's name.
It is my soul that calls upon thy name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My dear,
at what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
at the hour of 9.
I will not fail, 'tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning, I would have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird, who lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silk thread pluck it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I sleep in peace so sweet to rest? Hence will I to my ghost fatherly call, his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over roaring hills. Therefore do nimble-pointed doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind swift wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 hours long. Yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me, but old folks, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh goodness, she comes. Oh honey dearest, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send thy man.
Peter, stay for thee.
Now, good sweet nurse, O Lord, why wouldst thou sad? Thou news me sad, yet tell him, if good thou shouldst needs my sweet news, be bringing it to me, so sour news.
I am aweary to give me a little wine. By how many bones ache, like John?
I would thou hadst my love, and I will come, I pray thee, speak good, for sweet.
Jesu, what a haste. Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to thee that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou hast excused. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll state the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo. No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, though they be not talked on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but all morning as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What have you died down for?
No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as it would fall in 20 pieces. My back, oh, the other side. Oh, my back, my back. Be sure your heart for sending me about to catch my death, John.
My faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse, tell me, what says thy love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and courteous, and kind, and handsome, and I'm like a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh, God save me, dear, are you so hot? You may come up, I'm sure. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself. Hie you hence to find Lawrence son. There stays a husband to make your wife. Now comes the wanton blood of riches. They'll be inspired straight at any news. Hie you to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, all to dinner, hie you to the sun.
Hie to high fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, and the Capulets abroad. And if we meet, we shall not scrape a brawl, for now these hot days, in the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows, that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps me his sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee. And by the operations of the second cup draws it on the drawer, who indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come. Thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any Italy, and as soon moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, and there were two such, who showed have none, shortly for one and for the other. Thou, why thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more, or hair less in his beard, than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason, but because thou hast hazel eyes. What eye but such eye would spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is as fun of quarrels as an egg full of meat. And yet thy head hath been beaten as addle as an egg for quarreling. Thou hast quarrelled with a man for coughing in the street, because he hath wakened thy dog, that hath lain asleep in the sun. Didst thou not fall out with the tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter? With another, for tying his new shoes with old ribband? And yet thou wilt tutor me for quarreling.
And I were so apt to quarrel, as thou art, any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple, oh simple.
By my head, here comes the Capulets. And I were so apt to quarrel, as thou art, any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple, oh simple.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good den. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us? Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me an occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What dost thou make of us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us, look to hear nothing but discords? Here's my fiddlestick, here's that shall make you dance. Zounds, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw unto some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure.
Ah! Well, peace be with you. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if he wore your livery. Marry, go before to field. He'll be your follower. Your worship in the sense may call you man.
Romeo, that hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have love to thee, that I have to love thee, doth make excuse for appertaining rage, for such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see how thou knowest not me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest I have never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so could Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
O calm, dishonorable, vile submission! Alas, toccata, carry it away!
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives that I mean to take, to make bold withal. And as you shall use me hereafter, dry beat the rest of your 8. When you pluck your sword out of your pitcher by the ears, make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
But Crucio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, you're passato.
Draw Benvolio, beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. Yes, Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince expressly hath forbidden bandying in Verona's streets. Hold Tybalt, good Mercutio. Plague of both your houses I am sped. Is he gone? Hath nothing?
What art thou hurt?
Aye, a scratch, marry, 'tis enough. Where's my page? Go, villain, fetch a surgeon. Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much. No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis not enough, 'twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant for this world, a plague of both houses. Zounds, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, a scratch a man to death, a braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came in between us? I was hurt under your arm. I thought all for the best. Help me into some house, Benvolio, where I shall faint. A plague of both your houses, they have made worms meat of me. I have it, and sound me too, your houses.
This gentleman, this prince's ally, my very best friend, hath this got his mortal hurt on my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt that an hour hath been my kinsman, O sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate. But in my temper softened valor's steel. Oh, Romeo, brave Mercutio's dead. That gallant spirit hath aspired to the clouds, which too untimely here did scorn the earth. This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe, others must end. Here comes the furious Tybalt back again, alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Away to heaven, respective lenity, and fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again. Thou givest me, for Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, saying for thine that I must keep him company. Either thou or I or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy, thou didst consort him here. Shout with him hence.
This shall determine that. Romeo, away, be gone. The citizens are up, and Tybalt is slain. Stand not amazed, the prince will doom thee death. Thou art taken. Hence, be gone, away! Oh, I am fortune's fool. Why dost thou stay?
Which way ran he that killed Mercutio? Tybalt the murderer? Which way ran he?
There lies the Tybalt.
Up, sir, go with me. I charge thee in the prince's name, obey.
Where are the beginners of this vile fray?
Oh, noble prince, I can discover all. The unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man, slain by young Romeo, that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin, oh my brother's child. O prince, O cousin, husband, oh the blood is spilt. O my dear kinsman, prince as thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague. O cousin.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke him fair, bade him bethink how nice the quarrel was, and it urged withal your high displeasure, all this uttered. With gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed, could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace, but that he tilts with piercing still at bold Mercutio's breast, who all is hot, turns deadly point to point, and with a martial scorn, with one hand beats cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo, he cries aloud, hold friends part, and swifter than his tongue, his agile arm beats down their fatal points, and twixt them rushes, underneath whose arms an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge, and they'd go like lightning, for ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain, and as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. That is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false. He speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all those 20 could kill but one life. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately do I exile him hence. I have an interest in your hate's proceedings. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding. But I'll amerce you with so strong a fine, that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleadings and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else, when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear hence this body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of morn, no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live or stay and die.
Yon lights is not daylight, I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhales. To thee this night a torch bearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet, thou needest not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en, so let me be put to death. I'm content, so thou wilt have it so. I'll say yon grey is not at the morning eye, 'tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. Nor that is the lark, which notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have no more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is it, my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is. Hie hence, be gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for she divideth us. Some say the lark and loath toad changes eyes. Oh, now I would that they had changed voices too, since arm from arm that voice doth thus affray, hunting me hence with hunts up to the day. Oh, now be gone, more light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madame,
Nurse?
your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary, look about.
Then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell, one kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so, love lord, I husband, friend, I must hear from thee every day in the hour. For in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years, ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell, I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes should serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
Oh goodness, I have an ill divining soul. Methinks I see thee, now thou art below, as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
Then trust me, love, in my eye, so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu, adieu.
Oh, fortune, fortune, all men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that is renowned for faith? Be fickle, fortune, for then I hope thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so. I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course. I like it not.
Immediately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore I have little talked of our love. For Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she doth give away her sorrows in so much sway, and in his wisdom hastes our marriage. To stop the inundation of tears, which too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now do you know the reason of this haste?
I would. I knew not why. It would have been slowed. Look, sir, here comes the lady towards my cell.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be the wife.
That maybe must be, my love, on next Thursday.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make a confession to this father.
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny him of your love to me, do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
So will ye. I am sure that you love me.
If I do so, it will be of more price, being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got small victory by that, for it was bad enough before their spite.
Thou wrong'st it more than tears with that report.
That is no slander, sir, which is a truth, and what I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered.
It may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, holy father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter. Now, my lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God's shield, I should not disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early, will I rise ye. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me, past hope, past cure, past help.
Ah, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this country.
Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no help, do thou but calm my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. God joined my heart and Romeo's, thou our hands, and ere this hand by thee to Romeo sealed, shall be the label to another deed, or my true heart with treacherous revolt turn to another, this shall slay them both. Therefore, out of thy long experienced time, give me some present counsel, or behold, twixt my extremes and me this bloody knife shall play the umpire, arbitrating that which the commission of thy years and art could to no issue of true honor bring. Be not so long speak, I long to die. If what thou speakest, speak not of remedy.
Hold, daughter, I do not spy a kind of hope, which craves and desperate an execution. At that is desperate which we would prevent. If rather thou than to marry county Paris, thou hast the strength to will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away the shame, that copest with death himself to escape it from it. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris, from off the battlements of yonder tower, or walk in thievish ways, or bid me lurk where serpents are. Chain me with roaring bears, or shut me nightly in a charnel house, or cover quiet with dead men's rattling bones, with reeky shanks and yellow chapless skulls, or bid me go into a new-made grave, and hide me with a dead man in his shroud. Things that, to hear them told, have made me tremble, and I will do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then, go home, be merry, give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow, night look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off. When presently thou all thy veins shall run, a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep this native progress. But cercase, no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to paly ashes, the eyes' windows fall like death. When she shuts off the day of life, each part deprived of supple government, shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of drunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake. And then shall stiffen stark and cold, appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of dark death thou shalt come 42 hours, and then awake of form of pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then as the manner of this country is, in thy best robes uncovered on the bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault, where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift. And hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking. And that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconsent toy nor womanish fear abide thy valor in the acting it.
Give me, oh tell not me of fear.
Bold, get you one, be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua, with my letters to thy lord.
Love give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
Mistress, what mistress? Juliet, fast, I want her. She, why thy lamb? Why lady? Fie.
Bride, why not a word? Why take your pennyworths now? Sleep for a week, for the next night, I warrant. The country Paris has sent up for his rest, that you shall rest but little, but God forgive me. Marry amen, and how sound asleep is she? I must needs wake her. Madame. Aye, let the country take you in your bed. He'll fight for you. Aye, faith, will it not be? What dressed in your clothes? Down again. I must wake you. Lady. Alas, help my lady's dead. Oh well, what a day. I was never born. Some aqua vitae. Oh, my lord, my lady.
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day.
What is the matter?
Look, oh, heavy day.
Oh me, my child, my only life, revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, call help.
For shame! Bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come.
She's dead, deceased. She's dead.
Alack the day, she's dead.
Ha! Let me see her out. Alas! She's cold, her blood is settled, and her joints are stiff. Life and those lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Oh, lamentable day.
Oh, woeful time.
Death that hath ta'en her hence to make me wail, ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. O son, the night before thy wedding, hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies, a flower as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir. My daughter he hath wedded, I will die, and leave him all, life, living, all his deaths.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face, and doth give it to me such a sight like at this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretchful, hateful day, most miserable hour that e'er time saw, and lasting labor of his pilgrimage. But one poor and loving child, but one thing to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death have catched it from my sight.
Oh woe, oh woeful day, most lamentable day, most woeful day, that I ever yet behold. Oh day, oh hateful day, never was seen so black a day as this. Oh woeful day, oh woeful day.
Begilded, divorced, wronged, spited, slain, most detestable death, by thee beguiled, by cruel, thee quite overthrown. O love, O life, not life, but love in death.
Despised, distressed, hated, martyred, killed, uncomfortable time. Why camest thou now to murder our solemnity? O child, my soul, and not my child. Death art thou, alack, my child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried.
Peace, ho, for shame, confusion's cure lives not. In these confusions heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid, now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. Your part in her you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. The most you sought was her promotion, for 'twas your heaven, and she should be advanced. And weep ye now, seeing she is advanced above the clouds as high as heaven itself. Oh, in this love you love your child so ill. that you run mad seeing that she is well. She's not well married, that lives married long, but she's best married that dies married young. Dry up for your tears and stick your rosemary on this fair course, and as the custom is, in all her best array, bear her to church. For though fond nature bids us and lament, yet nature's tears are reasonable merriment.
All things that we ordained festival turn from their office to black funeral, our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding cheer to a sad burial feast. Our solemn hymns and sullen dirges change, our bridal flowers serve for a buried corpse, and all things change then to the contrary.
Sir, go you in, and madam, go within. And go, Sir Paris, everyone prepared to follow this fair course unto her grave. The heavens do upon you for some ill. Move then no more by crossing their high will.
We must put up our pipes and move on.
Honest good fellows, put up, for well you know this is a pitiful case.
Aye, by my troth, the case that you be offended.
Musicians, oh musicians, heart cease, heart cease. Oh, and you will have me live, play heart cease, my heart cease. Oh musicians, because my heart itself plays, my heart is full of love. Oh, play me some merry dump to comfort me.
Not a dumpy, 'tis no time to play now.
You will not then? I will then give it to you. Give it me some.
What will you give us?
No money on my faith, but very me. I will give you the creature.
And I will give you the serving creature.
Then I will lay the serving creature's dagger on your feet. I will carry no crotchets. I'll read you, they do nothing.
Can you read us and us?
Pray you, put up your dagger and put out your wit. Then I'll have at you with my wit. I will dry beat you with an iron wit, and put up my iron dagger. Answer me like men. When griping grief with heart doth wound, and noble dumps the mind offense, then the music with her silver sound. Why silver sound? Why music with her silver sound? What say you, Simon Catherine?
Reading, sir, because silver hath a sweet sound.
Pretty, what say you, Hugh Brebeck?
I say silver sound because the musicians sound for silver.
Pretty too, what say you, James Signpost?
Faith, I know not what to say.
Oh, I cry you mercy. You are the singer, I will say for you. It is music with her silver sound, because musicians have no gold for sounding. Then music with her silver sound, with speedy help doth find redress.
What a pestilent knave is the same.
Hang him, Dad, come in here, carry for the mourners and stay dinner.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams passage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's Lord sits lightly in his throne, and all this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me from above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead, strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, but how sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona. How now, Balthazar? Dost thou bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How fares my Juliet, that I may ask again? For nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps at Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels bliss. I saw her laid low in her kindred's hall, and presently took post to tell it to you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did leave it for my officer.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my lodging. Give me ink and paper, a hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and well, and do afford some steadfast.
Trust thou art deceived. Leave me, and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter. Get thee gone, and hire those horses. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I'll be with thee tonight. For let's see for means of mischief. Thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells, which late I noted in tattered trees with overwhelming brows, cutting of samples, meager were his looks, sharp misery had sworn him to his bones. And in his needy shop a tortoise hung, an alligator stuffed in other skins, ill-shaped fishes, and about his shelved a beggarly account of empty boxes, green earthen pots, bladders, and musty steel seeds. Remnants of pack thread and old cakes of roses were thinly scattered to make up a show. Nothing this penury. To myself I said, and if a man did need poison now, who sailed his present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff, wretch would sell it to him. Oh, this same thought did but forerun my need, and this same needy man shall sell it to me. As I remember, this should be the house. Being holiday, this beggar's shop is shut. What ho, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man, I see that thou art poor. Here, hold, there's 40 ducats. Let me have thee a dram of poison. Such soon spreading gear will disperse itself throughout all the veins, that the life-weary taker must fall dead, that the trunk may be discharged of breath, as violently as hasty powder fired doth hurry from the fatal cannon's womb.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Manti's law is death to any that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need an oppression starveth in thine eyes. Contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor thy world's law. That world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this liquid thing you will, and drink of it. And if you have the strength of 20 men, it will dispatch you straight.
There is the gold, worse than poison to men's souls, doing more murders in this loathsome world than these poor compounds that they mayest not sell. I sell thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Farewell, buy food, and get thyself in flesh. Come cordial and not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there I must use thee.
Give me thy torch, boy. Hence, and stand aloof. Yet put it out, for I would not be seen under yon yew trees lay thee all along. Holding thine ear close to the hollow ground, so hallow not foot upon the churchyard thread, being loose, uniform with digging up of graves, but thou shalt hear it. Whistle then to me as a signal, for thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers, do I bid thee go.
I'm almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. O woo, thy canopy is dust and stone, which with sweet water nightly I will drew. Or, wanting that with tears distilled by moans, those obsequies that I will thee well keep, nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. The boy gives warning something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight? To cross my upskis and true love's right, with a torch muffle me night a while.
Give me the mattock and the wrenching iron. Here, take this letter and early in the morning see to deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee, whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not intercept me in my course. Why I descend to the bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence be gone. But if thou, jealous, dost return to pry in what I further shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear thee joint from joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage, wild, more fierce and more inexorable, far than empty tigers or the roaring sea.
I will be gone, sir. And not trouble you.
So shalt thou show me, my friend. So shalt thou show me friendship. Take thou that, live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow.
For all this time, I'll hide my hereabout. His look I fear, and his intents I doubt.
Thou detestable fellow, thou detestable maw, oh, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite I cram thee with more food.
This is that banished naughty Montague, that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died, and here is some to do a villainous shame. To the dead bodies I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt me not, a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. Think upon these gone, let them fright thee. I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head. By urging me to fury, oh, be gone. By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I am hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, live, and hereafter say, a madman's mercy blade made thee run away.
I do divide thy congregations, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Have at thee, boy.
Slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb and lay me with Juliet.
In faith I will. Let me peruse his face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble county Paris. What said my man when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I dream it so? Or am I mad, hearing him talk of Juliet, to think it was so? Oh, give me thy hand, one writ for me with me in sour misfortune's book. I'll bury thee in triumphant grave. A grave, oh no, a lantern, slaughtered youth. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, lie thou here by a dead man interred. How oft when men are at the point of death have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death. Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that has sucked the honey of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered, beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt liest thou there in thy bloody sheet. Oh, what more favor can I do to thee than what this hand that cut thy youth in twain, to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Ah, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? And for fear of that, I still will say with thee, and never from this place of dim night depart again. Here will I remain, with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of an inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavory guide, thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy sea-sick weary bark. Here's to my love. O true apothecary, the drugs are quick. Thus with the case, I die.
Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves? Who's there?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Bliss upon you, tell me good my friend, what touch is yon that vainly lends his light to grubs and eyeless skulls as I discern? It burneth in the capel's smoke.
It doth so, holy sir, and there's my master, one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been there?
Full half an hour.
Go with me to the vault.
I dare not, sir. My master knows not that I am gone hence, and fearfully did menace with me death, but it stay alert on his intents.
Stay then, I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill unlucky thing.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my master and another fought, and that my master slew him.
Romeo! Alack, alack, what blood is this which stains the stony entrance of this sepulchre? What means these masterless and gory swords to lie discolored by this place of peace? Romeo, oh pale, who else? What? Paris too, and steeped in blood? Ah, what an unkind hour, is guilty of lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable friar, where is my ward? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my wonder?
I hear some noise, lady, come from the nest of death, condation, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come, come away. Thy husband is in thy bosom, there lies dead, and Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand? Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. O churl, drunk all, and left no friendly drop to help me after? I will kiss thy lips, haply some poison yet doth hang on them to make die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm. Lead, boy, which way? Yea, noise, then I'll be brief. O happy dagger! This is thy sheath. There rust and let me die.
This is the place there where the torch shot burned.
The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you, whoever you find attached. Hit up outside. Here lies the country slain, and Juliet bleeding, born, and newly dead, who here hath lain these 2 days buried. Go, tell the prince, run to the Capulets. We must raise the Montagues. Some others search. We see the ground whereon these woes do lie, but the true ground of all the grievous woes cannot without circumstances be sworn.
Here's Romeo's man, we found him in the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come hither.
Here is a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps. We took this brought and this day from him, as he was coming from his churchyard side.
A great suspicion. Stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up that calls one person from one's morning rest?
What should it be? They still shriek abroad.
The people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run, with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the County Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, woman newly killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar, and slaughtered Romeo's man, with instruments upon them fit to open these dead men's tombs.
Oh heavens! Oh wife, look how our daughter bleeds! The dagger hath mistaken, for lo, his house is empty.